It's great. Welcome back once again to our Book Talk segment. Man who's written another one of his great Pike Logan thriller books coming out this month, and this one is called Operator Down, and we're joined again by New York Times bestselling author Brad Taylor from out in, up in South Carolina today. Is that right, Brad?
That's right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you back again. Always great to have you with us. A prolific writer you are. So I think we had you on about 6-8 months ago when the previous book came out. So that one's still doing well, but this is a brand new one coming out in January here, right?
Yep, January 9th. Operator Down comes out next week.
And Pike Logan, of course, is the main character. I know you have so many fans of the book, but we do get different listeners from time to time that may not be familiar. So give a quick little brief synopsis of Pike Logan, who he is.
Pike Logan's kind of a amalgamation of people I've served with. I spent 20 years in special operations in the military.
Right.
And I wanted originally, when I first set out to write, I wanted to write a story of redemption. And Pike Logan, you write what you know. I happen to be Special Forces, so he became Special Forces. But the original story was one of redemption, and since then he's grown through. This is now book 12.
I was going to say, this is the 12th one in the series, and about one every 6 months is what you've been averaging. That's pretty good.
Well, this is the first one I was doing that, and that was a pretty grueling pace. And this Operator Down I've gone back to one book a year. So it was, before then, you're right, I was banging every 6 months, and after Ring of Fire, I said, mea culpa, no mas. So I backed up to it.
I know how hard writing can be. I've never written novels, but just some general writing, news and whatever, but to come up with different storylines, and of course, like you said, you've had 20 years experience yourself, so you've tapped into that quite a bit. I guess that really helps you when you're trying to put these plot lines together for Pike Logan, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I still do security consulting, things like that, so I see various, I get intel feeds from all over the world about what's going on, so I keep my pulse on what's going on around the world, but it's still a lot of research. I mean, I still have to get on the ground for this book itself. I went to Israel, Cape Town, Johannesburg, the country of Lesotho. I've still got to get out on the ground and do the research to make sure it's accurate what I'm writing.
This one takes place over in Israel, right? It starts out there.
Yeah, it starts out in Israel. I brought back Aaron and Shoshana, so I had to find some reason to have them come back, start doing some research in Israel, found the diamond trade, and went upstream from the diamond trade from Israel, which is one of the biggest diamond exchanges in the world, to the kimberlite mines in Africa. And started doing research on that. Now, I didn't want to go visit Sierra Leone or any of those other countries that are falling apart. So I found the country of Lesotho, which is a microstate inside the country of South Africa. It's a state within a state, kind of like Vatican City. And they produce some of the largest largest gem quality diamonds in the world, and so I chose that as setting.
Well, when you go do research on a book like this, how do you go about that? Obviously, you come up with a bit of a storyline, but who do you call? Do you just know people there you can talk to? How do you do it?
No, it all depends. Every place is different. Sometimes I find people who say, "Oh, I know somebody in this country." Other times it's nothing. For instance, in Israel, basically what I did was I hired a guide for the day. It's expensive, but I said, I want you to show me everything about Tel Aviv. So I don't waste time trying to do my own research and Google Map searches and all this stuff and try to find stuff that I need to see in Tel Aviv. Let that guy show me. As I went around and became friends with him, or tried to become friends with him, I told him I was an author and what I was doing, and I said, I really need to get inside the diamond exchange. He said, there's no way that's going to happen because it's like Fort Knox. And by the end of the tour, he said, I guess he took a liking to me. He said, my cousin works at a diamond exchange. Let me see if she can get you in.
Wow. And
one thing or another, she called me. Sure enough, I got in, got inside the diamond exchange. Lesotho, on the other hand, was a different story because the book is about a coup. So I don't want to walk in. I mean, I told this guy in Israel that Israel's not going to be portrayed in a bad light. Two of the main characters are Mossad agents. They're good people, that kind of thing. Now, the book is about a coup. I couldn't go to Lesotho and say, hey, I want to write about your country going to pieces. So in that case, I had to basically do it on my own. And that actually didn't work out very well. It is a coup, so I'm Special Forces. I was figuring out how would I do a coup in this country. And I'm running around saying I'm a tourist, but I'm doing decidedly non-touristy stuff, taking pictures of Parliament Building and the main police headquarters and the TV station, nothing that's touristy. And I found the Special Forces base that was going to be the basis for the coup, where their regiment was located, and I was talking to the front gate, just eliciting information from the front gate guard. And I got rolled up by counterintelligence.
Wow.
And I was interrogated for about 6 hours as a American spy.
I was going to say, you take pictures, so that answered my question there. So they saw that, and they say, what is this guy doing, right?
Oh, yeah. They said I was a spy. Nothing in my camera matched my tourist story. I had a picture of the Prime Minister's residence, and inside the picture was a sign saying no photos. I mean, the whole thing was a mess. It went south quickly.
Obviously, they let you out, and you got home and wrote about it. But again, I don't want to give too much away. Plot line, we never do when we talk to, particularly authors of thrillers. But can you give a quick synopsis of what happens, or what you can tell the audience, get them interested in the book?
Yeah, basically, it's a collision course between Aaron and Shoshana are tracking something to do with the Israeli diamond exchange, and Task Force, which is a counterterrorism operation, and Pike Logan are tracking a guy that's trying to sell Crichton nuclear triggers from South Africa's nuclear program. And Crichton triggers are very precision built. Only states can build them. Are very hard to do to construct, and are needed for a nuclear blast. And so those two collide together. And now Pike's kind of torn between: am I going to help out Shoshana and Aaron, or am I going to do my mission? Do I care about the coup, or do I care about the triggers? He's kind of pulled both ways.
I know I've asked you this before, but again, for people that may not have been with us, the characters obviously grow as you grow, I guess, as an author. From this book 12 back to book 1, can you notice the changes in the main characters that you write about?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no doubt about it. They've kind of, when you first meet Pike, he's kind of an amoral. His moral compass is shattered. He's certainly grown. He's back into being what he was before. And Jennifer's become much more hardened. When she first started out, it was all kind of black and white. You civilian, don't kill, don't do this, don't do that. And she's much more willing to break the law now. Yeah,
it's great to just have those characters in you, and then you can obviously take them where you want to go. But as you get older, I guess those characters get a little older and more mature or whatever in their attitudes, so that makes it more interesting to write about, I would think. More depth. Yeah,
well, they have to grow. Nobody wants to see stasis, but you can't have them do something wacky. If you're reading the series, you can't go from one end to the other, one extreme to the other. And I used to try to figure out how am I going to make these people grow, and now I just let it happen. Something will happen in the book that'll chart their course, which way they're going to go.
Yeah, you have a loyal audience that I guess if you have to make sure you don't upset them too much, right? If you change it too quickly.
Yeah, we just wouldn't be realistic. People don't grow that way. You don't wake up one morning and you're completely different from what you were the night before.
Just a question of kind of what's going on in the world now, since you get the intelligence briefings, particularly in the Middle East. Are you optimistic of what's going on over there, or how do you see that as we head into the new year here?
If you mean the Middle East writ large, I'd say no. Depending on the country, I would say yes. Yeah. But Yemen is an absolute cesspool. It's not getting any better. Saudi Arabia has shown really improvements. MSB, the Crown Prince he's doing all kinds of stuff that would be really, really helpful to stop the spread of Wahhabism. It remains to be seen if his country's going to tolerate it, but he's on the right path. I like what he's doing. Iran is, no guess of what's going to happen there. It's not nearly as big as 2009. It's kind of dispirited, and there's not a lot of leadership in the protests, and I think the RGC, the Revolutionary Guard, will crush that fairly rapidly. Yeah. But maybe not. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it seems to be in a little bit better shape, but you never know over there. It's so many pockets of things that you never really get a handle on it all at one time. It's not one particular enemy. It's a bunch of them, right?
Well, it's a bunch of different states. It's serious. Definitely. It's going to be a mess for a foreseeable decade. Yeah. Iraq, if they could get their sectarian issues worked out, will be okay. But now that the Kurds are breaking free, that's going to splinter them up. Iran is meddling in Iraq right now, so the Shia there are going to go crazy. And I think it's going to be another sectarian fight, which is what caused the rise of ISIS in the first place. If they could solve their sectarian issues, they'd be a lot better off.
I hope the people that read the book can kind of get away from all that into a world of fiction, but realistic fiction in a sense. This one's called Operator Down, another Pike Logan thriller. And Brad, give out your website once again. People get more information about the book.
Sure, it's bradhitterbooks.com, and they can read excerpts of this book or any of the books I've written.
Great, Brad. Great talking as usual. Happy New Year, and I'm sure we'll do it again, hopefully in 2018. But thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Good talking to you.
I'm Stan Brock. 30 years ago, I formed Remote Area Medical to help people overseas. But then we found generations of families in America isolated by poverty from the health care they need. Together, we can take dental, vision, and medical help to 1 million adults and their kids, right here at home in the United States of America.
If you'd like to order the book we're talking about, please go to DougMilesMedia.com and enter the author's name in the Amazon search box. Thank you for listening. Please come back soon for more conversations here at DougMilesMedia.com. This has been a presentation of Doug Miles Media, all rights reserved. You can listen to or download previous programs at iTunes, Stitcher.com, or DougMilesMedia.com.